Da-da-da. Okay. Speak to people less. Contradictory advice, Mr. Draxel. I know. I've spoken to over 200 people at this point, but that's enough. That's enough. It came to me on a day or a week where I was feeling inadequate. When I was feeling like, hey, I don't want to do this anymore. I don't want to meet people anymore. And I was wondering why. And in my mind, I was like, oh, damn, it must be my identity, my comfort zone. Because, when you're trying to do something, if you have an identity and you have like a ceiling and a floor of that identity, and that's your comfort zone, and it just keeps going up until it reaches a ceiling, and it's like, I'm good enough, I can slack, and then you go down. I thought I was going down, and my comfort zone ceiling was there, and I hit it, and I was bouncing down now. I felt like I was going into a valley. It just wasn't exciting anymore to meet people. The courage, the awkwardness being overcome, the nervousness, it was gone. I was like, why am I doing this? And that's when a buddy next to me, someone I'd met from this whole process of meeting people, he was like, Adrian, I can see you are very distraught right now. How about I tell you this splendid advice? I gift you the permission to be yourself. No, he was like, hey Adrian, I'm talking about cars right now. He was talking about some random cars. But he was like, I'm not going to talk about them right now. Instead, I'm going to tell you, you need to stop trying too hard. You're meeting people at face value and leaving them at face value. How about you just be yourself? You don't try to fit in. You don't try to be like other people. And see how that goes. Because that's what will attract the people you want to be around to you. That will attract the right people to you. And I was like, damn, okay, I'll give it a try. And in that same period, after he told me about some more cars, I was feeling like, wow, weight had been lifted. I was given permission to be myself. I was given permission to not have to pretend, not have to hold myself to other people's standards, and instead hold myself to my own so that I could actually meet my own. People often give this generic advice of be yourself, right? Be yourself. But no one really understands who they are. Okay, first off, you need to meet others to figure that out. Then you need to introspect and journal while meeting people, like something like deliberate practice, Meet someone, you express who you are to them, and then you're like, okay, what did I express to them? And then you realize, oh, this is who I am. Or you get rejected and you get like knocked down a peg and you're like, huh, that's who I am. But if you don't really know who you are, you can't really move forward at all. And so most people don't know who they are, and so they can't actually be themselves. And they're just like insecure. They don't know who they are. I was like that for a while. I had this idea in my mind of, okay, up there, the person I want to become, social, charismatic, funny, providing value to everyone he meets. And whenever I spoke to people, I'd have that guy in mind. And I was getting there. But I was falling into this trap of trying to provide value to everyone I meet. Being liked by everyone. You can't be liked by everyone. You just can't. There's this quote from Psycho-Cybernetics by Maxwell Maltz. I'm reading this book, and today I read this little thing, and I'm going to paraphrase. No one can reach your standards, and you can never reach their standards either. So might as well just be yourself. Because when you're trying to reach other people's standards, you can't. And then you also slack on your own. And then you get these two things happening to you. And it starts off, after you realize I can speak to people, it starts off like this. You become arrogant. You're like, hey guys, I'm so cool. Look at me, guys. Please, guys. Okay? Look at how I dress. I'm just so stylish. And then you realize, oh no, I'm not all that. People start complimenting you. They're like, bro, you're so cool, bro, haha. And you're like, no, I'm not cool, guy. Man, it's like that can happen even in the same day. For me, it happened the day after. I was all arrogant, and I was all modest. I don't know how you're gonna feel that, but this is a narrative. It's not true. Okay, you are not all that. All of the time we try to pretend we are all that, and then that gets us somewhere. But it's better to just be ourselves, be genuine, be authentic. Of course, when you know what that means, go ahead and do it. But yeah, that was my lesson. Stop talking to so many people. Every now and then, though, I've stopped talking to everyone, but there's just people are interesting, dog. I never used to notice this, but you just look around. Oh, that guy looks so interesting. Look at his nerdy, like he looks like a nerd. He's skinny and he's walking with such exaggerated confidence swagger. I'm like, huh, that guy is interesting. And sorry, I went up to that guy and I was like, hey, what's your name? He smiled, I smiled, had a good day, so he spoke. I forgot his name. But at the end of the day, I met him. And that's what I wanted. That was fun. And that's what authentically meeting someone is about. It's not about, hey, person next to me, I don't even know you. I don't like how you act. I don't like how you dress. I don't even, but what's your name, bro? Oh, hey, nice to meet you, man. Yeah. No, you're being fake. You're trying to appease him for some reason. It's not about knowing everyone. At the end of the day, when it comes to relationships and friends, you cast your net wide. You can meet everyone. So you can meet as many people as you need to. You cast your net wide, and that can be even just looking at them, and then you pick and choose who you want. On a micro scale, it's just like you walk into a room, oh my gosh, 50 people, 100 people. You look, who looks interesting? Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to choose 2. You go to number 2, that guy who looks interesting, you speak to him, you're like, yeah, cool. Not your cup of tea. Go to number 1. He's pretty. No, you guys spend the entire class just yapping. Okay? I don't know. Or you just like, you spend the time class working together, like, this is so good. Look at this guy. He's working so well. Okay? I don't know what you do. But you realize this guy jives. And you go with him. And he's your new friend. That's what it's about. It's like casting your net wide and then choosing. And then you realize, okay, this guy I thought was cool, he's not that cool. But you've met other people the same way. You've met like 50 other people the same way. So you can just disregard him. People... I'm talking about people like their stats in a video game. And honestly, yes. There's way too many. If you don't think about them like that, it's very difficult to actually get the right people in your life. At the end of the day, you do deserve that, right? You deserve the right people. When you only get that by being yourself, by being your right type of person, authentically to you. The courage is still there. Okay, sometimes the nervousness is still there. And you just go through it, you overcome the awkwardness. Actually, the awkwardness is not there at all. The nervousness is not there at all, because these are just people you can speak to who seem interesting, and you just go up to them. There's no reason to be scared. First off, if you haven't spoken to anyone, if you don't go out of your way to speak to people yet, if you never have, this is going to be it'll still be nerve-wracking, because you might have this I don't know, some trauma in the past that's stopping you from doing this, some beliefs that just prevent you from speaking to people. Get that sorted, make it to the point where it's just like, yeah, cool, bro, yeah, that's right, where you're pretending, and you realize, it's okay. The front is gone by that point, and you're fine. And then you can just meet whoever you want. whenever I spoke to people, I had this image in my mind of being a social, charismatic guy who brings value to everyone he speaks to. I am that right now. Very quickly, 2 months, bro, shucks. But the people I bring value to are the people who are kind of similar to me. Okay, I kind of jive with. People I already know. It's difficult to bring value to people as you meet them. That's just like being funny. Hey, and I'm funny too. I'm enthusiastic. Energy. People love energy. That's your value. Provide value to people by giving them energy and passion and just saying what's in your mind, just being carefree about it. That's the energy, bro. That's the value in being you. So stop trying to speak to everyone. Speak to less people. Speak to the right people. And speak to yourself. Who are you? You're responsible for your circumstances, especially that in which you don't understand what's going on, or you aren't finding the people you want to be around, or you feel inadequate, or you're not who you want to be. You're responsible. You have to figure that out, bro. And this is one way to do it, by realizing who you are, being yourself, and connecting with others who might jive with you. With that being said, I'm out, brother. Dunzo.